Good morning. Today I'll be talking about challenges, and you know how they normally take up the whole day. So, when you're hit with a problem that you want to solve but can't quite figure it out yet, it delays you from completing that problem until you understand what's required from you. Sometimes these problems take up the whole day, and yet there is something about them that gets you more involved with the topic. You start looking at sources, where to go from there, and eventually adapt your problem solving skills to get better at following your own process. So, what this has to do with productivity? Well, it has to do with keeping up consistency, and well, the brain is like a muscle, so it grows and gets stronger when you learn and adapt. Okay, challenges. So, why are challenges part of productivity? Well, when you get into a challenge, sometimes you just don't know where to start. You don't know where to look for the answer, and sometimes you're at a panic because this is something completely new, a new industry even, that you just don't know like where what to get your hands on in the first place. And the reason why I bring up this topic is because, at least in my situation, coding challenges, those are difficult. Math problems as well. Uh, there are some moments that I cannot solve a challenge, save my life, but there are other moments that put I'll put out my effort to find what kind of steps I need to follow to solve that problem. Or I can also look at the solution as well, just to learn as a future reference. But in general, this could even apply to woodwork. If you're trying to build a shed over in your backyard, you have several tasks, instructions to follow through, and you want to make sure that you're doing it right. And I'm here to say that while it is good to do it right, having the process of the small steps, the small increments, aren't always as good, because at the same time you're trying to make your time more efficient. You're learning. You also want to make sure that you're doing it right. You don't want your shed to look bad as well, but you also want to build enough confidence to maintain that consistency. And consistency is key when it comes down to organizing these big projects where you don't know where to start, and you just you dive into them, and sometimes you feel like, I have to learn about this, I have to learn about that, I have to learn about this. Forget about it. Just start working on it and go from there. When you start working through that process, when you when you invest your time in that project, and not seek for instructional videos to learn how to do that project, you're learning either way. You're saving time, especially, and eventually you'll look for those solutions online or through a book. So this is big. I at times I do have to think about this as well, when I take certain projects in consideration that I have to work on. And just like I mentioned before, the brain is like a muscle. It grows as you learn. It grows stronger as you learn and adapt. So these are situations that you want to continuously adapt to. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll work on another episode. Uh, we'll be heading on the weekly series pretty soon. All right.